Hi guys, Andy Does Fitness here, and I thought I'd make a video in relation to Rad140 and MK677. We all know what they are, so I won't go into too many details, but of course they are not meant to be used for human consumption, and they're only for research purposes only. So with my lab rat, I thought I'd give it a try. I haven't got a timescale in mind, just in case something happens or any side effects come up. Then of course we have things on hand to deal with that and may have to cut it short. So I'm going to be doing a weekly diary. I'm traveling everywhere, so I'm on my phone. As you may be able to tell, the lovely wallpaper behind me in the hotel. But I started week 1, and I think with dosages here, I don't see why you need to be on 30 or 40 milligrams per day unless you're over 200 pounds, and obviously I'm not. So I started on 10 milligrams per day for week 1, and with MK677 I started on 20 milligrams. So let's start with Rad140. I got the liquid form, and I've got a couple of months supply, so I could at least run it for 8 weeks, possibly longer. And well, if you want to know, well, I'm in the UK, as you could tell from my accent. If you want to know where I got it from, then drop me a message. And I got MK677 in tablet form, and again I can let you know where I got that from. And with MK677, I've everywhere online saying about how they're hungry, they're starving, they can't get through the day without doing it. I mean, after reading all of this and hearing all of this, I immediately took my Rad and my MK at night just before I went to bed, in case I had any of the hunger strikes. And I haven't had it where I'm extra hungry, but I've had it where I can keep eating and eat and eat and eat, and to the point where, I'm bloated. And not many people have mentioned this, but you do get a bit of a bloat from MK677, I believe it would be. And sometimes that can be a bit not great by the end of the day, but again, that'll go down by the next morning. So I've ran that for a week. I've also, I've gone and got my body fat, my body weight, everything done, so I can monitor that as we go. And so far, I've gained 2 kilos, or 2.2 to be exact, in I think it's an 8-day time scale. And as many of you know, naturally that wouldn't be possible, whereas we'd probably only gain possibly 1 kilo, maybe slightly more, and you'd have to be very strict to get to that point. And my body fat percentage has stayed the same. Now, I always use the same person to do it every time, and just so there's no discrepancies. And of course, it's not going to be perfect, but using the same tools and the same people, it gives me a rough guide of where I'm going. And so far, so good. No side effects. I'm also going to be doing DAA, D-aspartic acid, from week 2, and then do week 3 off for a couple of weeks and do a couple more weeks leading up to the end. Just, it may not do a lot. It might be shooting a bullet at a freight train, but any little helps with keeping the suppression at bay. And so far so good. I mean, with, for example, the taste of the liquid, it's almost like a licorice shot from a club. It's not great, but put it right to the back of your throat and straight down. We found best for our lab rat anyway. And of course, eating clean, all food meals, not really any shakes, 1 shake a day. The rest of it's all proper food. And again, no side effects so far. I'll make sure that the lab rat runs it all the way until the end of the cycle, unless something comes up, and then of course we'll change that. But this is going to be a week by week basis, quick videos, just to give you some idea. If you're looking at it, I mean, like I said, we all know what it is. There's a lot out there, and there's not many people who have done a sort of week by week account of how it's gone, just before and after pictures, and most of the guys are already pretty shredded. So it's going to be good to see what happens. And just on that point where I mentioned shredded, my body fat is actually gone down. It went down by only 0.5%, but again, I'm eating as much as I can and training 4 days a week. So I'm training upper, lower on a Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday off, and then doing upper on Thursday, lower on Friday. So I'm mixing up the training a little bit and doing different exercises on those 2 days to change it up instead of doing the old bro split, which doesn't always work well. So we'll see how it goes by doing the upper lower split, and I can also post what I'm training and what I'm doing. But 2 kilos up so far in 8 days is good, regardless of, if I did this naturally, I'd never get there. So I'll keep you updated. If you've got any questions, let me know. If you want to subscribe so you can see my next 8 to 12 weeks, how it's going, if I'm getting any lack of sleep or anything coming up, which so far I haven't had anything. And if you want to know possibly where to get it from if you're in the UK, then of course I can let you know. Till next time, next week. Thanks, guys.